All right, Mo. Welcome. It's the vote. It's another lunation. Full moon is going to be at 29 degrees Aries. That's the exact point of fullness. However, later this evening, around after 6:30, sun gonna go into Scorpio. Moon will be in Taurus. That's kind of like the second full moon. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's still gonna be on the star Krittika. You dig what I'm saying? So, salutations to Lord Ganesha. I probably should have hit this jump before I started. I just wanted to get it out the way. Salutations to Lord Ganesha, curved trunk, large body, and whose splendor is similar to a million suns. Oh Lord, please make my undertakings free of obstacles by extending your blessings in all my work, always. Seriously. It dispels illusion. I is the presiding deity over astrology. You dig what I'm saying? Astrology is a tool that we use to dispel illusions, get rid of Maya. I understand what's, hey, look, this a little too glamorous. This ain't really, you feel me? Salutations and acknowledgement to all the cosmic energies and to the supreme above all. You know what I'm saying? So this is the chart for the new moon in Aries or Taurus. You dig what I'm saying? Moon is in Krittika. Moon in Aries gives the instinct to initiate through action and energy, using your energy. Right? Moon in Taurus is the instinct to develop and stabilize through one's resources, what one has. Moon in this chart is moving towards Jupiter, which shows it's a yoga that's Anafa yoga, no, Sunafa yoga. So you're going towards Jupiterian things, knowledge, learning, ethics, wealth, money. Jupiter lives in the treasury house or treasure house, right? Moon and Mars are in a mutual exchange. This kind of makes their significations look a bit more important. You dig what I'm saying? So the mind, emotions, the energy, the anger, and the passions, it's kind of like they got a mutual exchange going. There's some receptivity between the two, a certain understanding. Emotions are expressed in an easy, outgoing way, but they are direct. They are bold, sure, and certain, right? Or assertive emotions, right? And that's received a bit. Yeah, it's received more well too. You know what I'm saying? The energy of Mars and Cancer, yeah, it could be volatile, but where the moon is balancing it out, we talk about balance. Where the moon is balancing it out in Aries, it actually makes those, it calms. It gives a balance to those intense, volatile, repressed emotions. Now they become expressed. Right. Okay. So Moon square Mars could just bring challenges, competition, tension. You feel me? Squares require movement and motion to kind of correct them and bring harmony back in. So just moving your body, going to work out, going to exercise, doing anything that'll cause your mind or cause you to kind of, your mind and body, mind and energy to just balance themselves out and express itself. Moon is trying Venus in this chart. Venus is the planet of love, romance, lust, the arts, enjoyments. You dig what I'm saying? Trines bring opportunities, but they need awareness because it's unconscious support. So it's like a lot of opportunities could come in order for arts, for love, for lubrication, just to smooth things out in life. It just requires a little awareness. Venus and Jupiter are in a mutual exchange. Jupiter is in Venus sign, Venus is in Jupiter sign. So what does this look like? This is the planet of learning, wisdom, knowledge, and a planet of love, arts, music, enjoyment in each other's signs. So learning about ways to manage resources, possessions, enjoyments, and then, you know, having a love for learning. Venus and Jupiter are gurus. They are Brahmins, so they teach us things. Jupiter teaches us outward, external, practical, earthly knowledge, things that will get us paid. Venus teaches us inward, inward enlightenment, spirit more deeper and spiritualized or secretive teachings. You dig what I'm saying? Moksha, enlightenment. Right? So Moon and Aries, with this mutual exchange that's going on, is having the energy and focus to just like learn something new, or just learn something. You just gonna learn something or find a subject that you're gonna love, and you'll focus on that. Ideally, we could say. All right. So full moons, that's gonna be that's today in this evening around 4:29. So this full moon is really gonna be two full moon. I said that it's an outward expression of things from the new moon. New moon was in the star Swati. That was about independence, going your own path, forging your own path. Full moon is in Krittika. Krittika is about the power to burn, the power to transform, the power to bring light, knowledge, and sever ties. So whatever you was doing in Swati, and you was thinking, you was like, man, I gotta try something new. Well, you had to sever ties and burn up whatever that you was doing, past habits and stuff like that. Agni also relates to the electrical signals within the mind, and you know those pathways that you got forged. You feel me? Through Vayu, we have the intellect and the ability to kind of like move and animate and decide upon which routes we'll take. But then Agni is what actually brings light to those paths. Allows us to make messages between the mind and the body, between God and ourselves, on all levels. So independence, full moon in Aries, is the instinct to act and use your own energy. It's self-efforts. You dig what I'm saying? Agni is married to Swaha. Swa, the root Swa is one's own. You dig what I'm saying? And then I don't remember what Swaha means. I didn't write that. But I'm saying, you dig what I'm saying? So Aries is the field of initiative, self-efforts, action, energy, bold, courageous, energetic experiences. So it interacts with the purpose, Sun and Libra, the purpose to initiate through partnerships and relationships. Right? Moon in Krittika is exaltation star of the moon. Exaltation is a planet in its exaltation star or sign. It shows the planet is happy and it can bring results easy. So it's like it just can express itself in an authentic manner, and it has even unconscious support, like it's blessings associated with that placement. You dig what I'm saying? Ideally, anytime we make a decision to be more authentic or more counterfeit every day, you're becoming more authentic or more counterfeit. Why is that? In 360 degrees of the zodiac, a planet got an exaltation and a fall. They are opposite to each other. A planet going towards exaltation is going towards it. Past that, it's going to a fall. It's going to a state where it's not going to express itself in an authentic manner. It's going to be trouble and need help and not really know how to seek the help. You dig what I'm saying? So this, you know, I say it helps Mars, so it helps with the energy. Your energy might be a little repressed, cooped up. Maybe you got like a certain creative block or whatever it might be. And then you just, now you can express that easier and a little bit better. The movement, you get more movement. Right. Now in Taurus, this is the field of resources. And because Moon going to be conjunct Jupiter in Taurus, and it's going to be a mutual exchange yoga, it's going to be learning about how to manage your resources, using your resources to go after a certain subject, a field or body of knowledge, or using a body of knowledge to create money and income and resources for you. You dig what I'm saying? And learning about like really you are what you eat is also another theme for Krittika. Krittika expands from Aries to Taurus. Taurus is the face and mouth. Taurus is what you eat, what you decide to consume based on study habits. Second house is Saraswati house. your study habits, and then like what you eat and what you consume. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. Saturn is gonna today. Saturn will be going direct. So karma, conduct, justice, sense of responsibility, all of those kind of be moving forward. They get back serious, or they, they start to make progress now. Saturn is in Shadabisha, a Rahu star. Rahu is in Uttar Bhadrapada, a Saturn star. Another mutual exchange occurring. This mutual exchange is going to cause, it creates stability, longevity in new technologies and innovation, because it's Rahu Saturn. You dig what I'm saying? So brand new era AI. So AI going forward, automation, technology, and all of that is going forward, and it ain't no stopping that anymore. Then when Saturn on Purple Bhadrapada, we might start seeing like, oh, whoa, this kind of get a little spooky. How you use this? It's like, you feel me? All right. So the key things for when Saturn goes direct is the reinforcing of boundaries, realistic goal setting. Actually, and somebody asked me, I was like, look, when the planets start moving again, that's probably when I might consider doing things. But right now, it's not necessarily the time to commit fully to anything. 3 is taking responsibility, just, being accountable. Patience and accountability is the biggest remedies for Saturn. If you blame anybody for your mistakes, or you blame anybody for your state of being or state of mind, whatever, you'll suffer even more. That's what Saturn's saying. 4 is overcoming obstacles and delays. Saturn go retrograde, delays is more stronger. You be frustrated, and, but you were supposed to just, Saturn main thing is patience and accountability. Take a pause. If things not going smooth, things is not being authentic, just take a pause. Really reconsider these things. Now moving forward, those obstacles you still gonna have to go get over. And then the 5th one is building stable foundations. It's the Saturn represents the avatar, the Lord that is Kurma, Lord Kurma, right? Kurma is the tortoise who represents stability. And on that tortoise sits all the worlds, or the world itself sits that tortoise. We get foundation, stability, gravity. You dig what I'm saying? So the energy for Aries is fiery and rash. It's good for fire and air signs. A little bit difficult for the earth and water signs. Yeah, 5 questions for Aries. We went over this last month. Have I been too hot-headed, selfish, or argumentative? A little bit hot-headed, but I ain't necessarily. I've been ball busted. Like, everybody do they thing. Let me get people good. That's my thing. I ain't gonna cap. 2, have I been going too fast or been impulsive? Nah, that was last month. I'm chilling. Have I been brash, blunt, or too competitive? No. I've been following my Saraswati. And she has no adornments, clothed in white. It's just pure. And it's not necessarily like Saraswati deal with snide remarks from the others, because it's like, oh, you take your time, or you seem slow, or what good is this? These things is better, but it's a result of that. Have I ignored other people's finer sensibilities? I've been kind of like putting a magnifying glass on it. It was some junk. It was a junk out. Oh my gosh. It's a picture of this guy. He did something, and I was like, oh, let me tell you something about yourself, bro. And then 5, have I had enough fun? Yes, I'm talking shit. I ain't gonna cap. It's been fun. So this is 5 questions for Taurus in 14 minutes, and I feel like I'm making a decent time. 5 questions for Taurus for when the full moon phase kind of going Taurus. 1, have I been lazy or overly self-indulgent this month? 2, have I been obsessed with money or status symbols? Right. I've been focused on money. Not obsessed though. I'm just thinking about, ways, but once again, planets, the timing right now. Don't want to commit to trying to do something and some things is still retrograde. You feel me? Just take it easy. You feel me? But do learn stability. Taurus wants to teach stability. Groundedness. Don't be trying to do too much out the ordinary. Too extravagant. 3, have I been stubborn, jealous, or possessive? I could turn my zone off, right? Kid. I ain't even looking at it. Stubborn, jealous, or possessive. I don't really deal with those. Because all fixed signs got certain, like, it's all signs show karma. So if a sign fixed Taurus, it's going to show a fixed karma. It's a person that's fixated on their money, fixated on what they got and their resources and what they going to eat and stuff like that. Fixated upon comfort or stability. Aquarius, Leo would show fixated upon how they look. Maybe self-conscious in a negative sense, but very confident in a positive sense. Center stage, fixated on being center stage and expressing themselves. It should be fixated on being authentic. Scorpio would show fixated upon transformations, fixated upon I don't even know, just secrets, fixated upon really traumatic, life-changing, transformative, intense events. You feel me? Aquarius and Scorpio is the most karmic signs because of their rulership and the influence of the nodes, right? And then Aquarius is fixated on his bubble, on his own way of thinking and being, and seeing things more so than being just observing things. It's not really interested. It has a disinterest. Now, for Taurus, Rahu has it exalts in Taurus. So it is about being obsessed about material enjoyment and what you could gratify through the senses. 4, have I been doing too much comfort eating? Right. I just been on mangoes crazy. You feel me? I've been eating chocolates a lot. 5, have I done enough exercise? That's a no. I ain't even gonna cap. I'm looking at my face. Taurus is the face. I'm looking at my face. I'm like, I don't know if that's because you get up early and you be trying to do things and your face just be puffy in the morning. But hey, you gotta move around more, cuz this ain't it. You feel me? All my stuff still fit the same, but it's the face. So this is Krittika Nakshatra. I mean, how far am I? 18 minutes in. This is Krittika Nakshatra. Key things for Krittika Nakshatra is adulterous natures, because it's a very masculine nakshatra, so it just it wants to see its light magnified and spread out, right? Illicit affairs, eating habits, digestion, cooking. Agni is digestive fires. You feel me? But then it's like your mind. Moon is mind. Moon is also nourishment, things that grow, so it has to deal with food. And you know, your mind gonna think about, hey, what we gonna eat today? So it's eating habits. If you could control certain eating habits, you could control a lot of things. You think about your sustenance often. That's what the mind represents. Surrogacy, foster parenting. Krittika is the son of the 7 sisters. They are the nurses, and they, in Greek mythology and Vedic and everything else. You think what I'm saying? So, and then it shows illegitimate and abandoned children. Krittika Nakshatra, it's Moon's exaltation star because it was the first of his 27 wives to actually look at and try to treat his son, born out of an illegitimate affair, to treat him without biased treatment. She still felt some type of way because Krittika is ruled by the sun, so it's kind of like it would show conceit and selfishness in a certain way, but it is warm, so it was warm to Mercury. You dig? So yeah. Krittika Nakshatra, it means the cutters being critical, to catalyze and activate something. It is the Shakti for Krittika is the power of transformation, the power of light, knowledge, also the power to sever ties, cut cords, do away with, or separate, right? The power to burn is Agni. It corresponds with all forms of fire. The basis below is to create heat. The basis above is to create light. So below your head, below heaven, is your body, the material. You need heat, you need warmth. You want to cook some food, you got to warm it up. You want to be in the house and shelter, you know it's shelter because it's warm inside. You feel me? You can get some heat. In your body, you have a certain temperature. You know what I'm saying? There's a flame within you. You breathe in oxygen, out comes carbon dioxide. There's a flame within you. The basis above is to create light. This is like electricity in your mind, and in your head there are etheric, electro-etheric impulses that connect the mind to the brain and then the body, right? They create light. It results in the desire to be an eater of food for gods, right? So you understand what you are, what you eat. You are what you think about. You are what you consume. You are a pattern of those thoughts, but you are not those thoughts. You dig what I'm saying? It's just the pattern will show a tendency to who you are, right? So it's about consumption. Fire burns. Fire, in order to burn, fire needs fuel. So you gotta eat something. But what is you eating? What are you eating? What you eating kind of determine the light that you give off, the knowledge that you have. You dig what I'm saying? And what you connected to. If you want to change habits, you gotta burn those things up. You offer it up to the fire. You dig what I'm saying? And the easiest way to, show worship and sacrifice in the fire is to like take care of your thoughts and offer good things. When you offer a ram or a lamb and all of that, like a ram is seen as a very is one of the highest animals that you could sacrifice into a fire. But what does that necessarily represent? That just represent a person's self-efforts. Your self-efforts, like, can get you in a lot of trouble. But if you atone them and you sacrifice those for God, for the will of the higher God, right, to create light, and for knowledge, for the sake of knowledge or something noble like that, you make a good sacrifice. But other than that, like just saying like, oh man, I was hungry, I'm gonna just give a little bit, I'm gonna pray over my food and give a little bit to God. It's like, it's cool, but like your ego, because the ram got horns, so it's like he got a hard callousness over his head. But what is that cover? Like, that's a covering, but are you covering it with your own thoughts of self-importance, Aries? Or are you covering it in, like, you feel me, like a kavacha, which is given by God? It's an armor, right? So you are what you consume. Like, I can't believe I wrote that. Eating burgers leads to being a burger. It is what it is. Consuming something mindless, it's going to lead to a mindlessness. You feel me? A lack of awareness. Agni is going to give awareness. It is the neurons and the synapses. If you do not use them in forged paths, like in Swati and like the ram does, all right, because the ram is forged in the path, the straightest path it can. I ain't just trying to get through something. It's not enough to see it fall. No, we got to get through to this thing. You feel me? Get through it. My bad. So Agni is the presiding deity of Krittika. Agni is the element. Agni Tattva is the element of fire. It's transformative, catalytic, or activating. There it is. Fire gives energy, heat, passions, desires, and then on every other level, inspiration, insight, the subtlety of the spirit, right? Awareness. It's like a sattva almost. No, because sattva doesn't create smoke. Fire creates smoke, therefore it's more so like it's gonna have that Rajas element, right? Agni he got as many hymns in the ancient Rig Veda as Indra, so he's kind of like a very, very important deity and principle, archetype, agency. He's the agency. Like in alchemy, it's 3 elements. You got salt, mercury, sulfur. Sulfur has the symbol of for fire and Tehas, Agni, on top of a cross, which is putting the soul and archetypal world above matter. And that's okay, that's that world, right? It's one way to look at it. I'm still learning. No, what happened? Damn, I must have pressed that some 25 minutes. I'm gonna keep it. I ain't gonna cap. They should let me refresh that down. No bad. Perfect. Damn. But yeah, so sulfur element. Sulfur is what the mind, which is mercurial in essence, mind gives birth to Mercury. Moon is the father of Mercury. But Mercury as an element interacts between the body and the material formal world and the archetypal world, like this, the plane of images, archetypes, right? I would have to review that. Okay, so Indra or Indriyas show, it's like the sense organs. Indra is the champion. Agni also, this star is related to Kartikeya, who is the champion. He's the chief of the army. He is son of Shiva. All right, hold on. There we go. All right. So yeah. So Indra is champion of heaven. So he is the controller of the sense organs, the controller of the senses. Agni works with Indra. Indra has a Vajra, a lightning bolt, as his weapon. So he also influences. This is where he comes in. Agni is regarded as a twin to Indra. Indra uses a lightning bolt as his weapon, so that's his means to control and his means to exert power. What's Indra's mount? An elephant. What do elephants represent, my nigga? I gotta get into that. I didn't look into that. But going back to Agni, Agni has 3 levels: digestive fires and just fire, warmth, heat, and then lightning, electricity, and then the sun that is in the sky, and the sun that's just apparent, all suns. Right. And those type of stars, right? Host stars. So the lightning that's in our neurons and synapses, they fire off, and you see how it's even say the synapses and neurons are firing off, right? So they fire off and they communicate. When you look at a neuron, you see light. It's like it shines a bit, and as it's moving and trying to communicate, it's shining light in other spaces. And when it make connection with something, now it's like, okay, Agni is going on. Agni as a messenger of the gods. He's communicating for those that are in heaven, right? He's communicating the archetypes and stuff, right? So in man, Agni is digestive fire and the fire of the neuron synapses, the electricity and etheric electro energies. The power of Krittika is being able to communicate messages, go between heaven and earth, the mind and the body, the brain and the nervous system, right? God and man, just all forms of communication, right? It is Agni who lights up and illuminates the synapses to correspond with the mind, and then relay that further still to, yeah. So, Agni, yeah, I said that too. Yes, because, the sun in the skies gives us prana. Prana is what kind of like enables us to breathe, and that it is the fuel. Prana is fuel for us in our existence. You feel me? Healthy brain fluids and healthy foods is the fuel for our bodies. We digest those, it separates anabolic, catabolic, it separates nutrients, brings those back up, and that's fuel for us to carry out, material pursuits. You know what I'm saying? Transformative element, I say that fire needs air to burn, and then you get CO2 in the air, and then that same transformation occurs up and down our nadis. So like you breathe in and you think about your center, and wherever that is, it probably feel warm. You think warmth when you get there, and then that breath go down there, one of the nadis, come back up the other nadi, and come out, and it's been transformed. And now it is life force for the plants and the vegetation. And then the same transformation occurs in them. I don't know how the nadis are in plants. I've never looked at that. So yeah, Krittika Nakshatra is the head of the Kal Purush, the cosmic mind. It's the brain. The brain needs knowledge. It needs power. It needs the power of illumination and light in order to grow and forge new pathways, right? Synapses share light and information with one another. Neurons can also prune themselves. This is what I'm saying. Like, you might have a experience and then, like, whatever, or a habit of thought. Neuron get the fire in there, and now you get to doing cyclical shit. Moon represent mind, and in the way brain and exalts and Krittika. So you might get in the habit of doing something, but you can prune that. You can actually, like, hey, look, I'm gonna stop here, and then because Agni still gonna be firing going there, you just kind of, all right, let me direct it and shift it here, and that's where the focus of Krittika comes in, right? You just cut it, and it'll grow somewhere else, right? So continue messages to neurons to like forge a pathway. It gets strong, right? And every time you see Agni is transformative and activating. So the way that the brain and neurons work, every time you learn something new and you stick to it and have consistency, right? Ma Saraswati is the goddess of learning. Those devoted to seeking knowledge, they, just like the swan, they cover themselves in the fundamentals and the elements of a subject day and night. Routinely they do this, and that's so that they can forge an easy pathway, an easy channel between things. Agni is the messenger of gods to men, and just the messenger. You dig what I'm saying? So you forge pathways, but you gotta be consistent and focused and do it often and devotedly so. And when you do that, you change your entire being, because then you're not focusing on certain negative things. Like in one video I seen, they had like a little circle, it was a web, and they had a burger on one side, a carrot on the other. Immediately the burger is the closest thing to you as you're viewing the video. It's right there, but you gotta move it. I actually make conscious effort to move that, right? So Agni transform. You learn something, you stick to it, your whole self will be transformed, right? What's next? So the vehicle for Agni Deva is the ram. Rams or vahanas and vehicles show, because if the deity and Deva and the archetype and the agency is on top of this animal, he is the controller of whatever that animal represents. He or she is the controller. They are the controller of whatever the animal represents. So we just look at rams. Rams are symbolic of force, virility, of the masculine pillar of the universe and all of that, or what we would call mercy. Aggressive, direct. Rams don't really make much expression, even though they kind of engaging in like head-on collisions and stuff like that, right? So they kind of stoic. And they're brash. They mean loud, clashing, right? So it shows the essential nature of Agni Deva. It corresponds with Aries, sign of action and self-efforts, right? Rams, when you see a ram, not a goat, but a ram, they got big ass balls. And just like nuts, or just the phrase drop nuts, it just reflect giving some your all, like straightforward smack at something. You just, yeah, drop your nuts and you just put all of your self-effort into it, right? Fullness. It's Krittika. Krittika is another archetype, son of Shiva. He's a celibate, and he is god of war and chief of the army. Krittika. So being celibate, it just show like Shukra. He keep all his strength. Shukra gives luster. Shukra Purvashada is invigoration. It gives strength below, luster above, and stuff like that. But it'll give strength, courage. If you busting nuts and you all, you keep trying to, hey, like this is for men, because we talk about the pillar of mercy. So for men, like when you're not really contained, that means your light just spread everywhere. Then you get into illicit affairs and illegitimate children and stuff like that. But the light kind of, you want to focus it. And when you focus it now, you kind of like, it's like, it's Shiva-esque, it's a pillar of fire. But you focus. And yeah, I don't know. But dedication, focus. Rams, goats are climbers, and they show us. Yeah, like if you don't, I ain't gonna bap. Like if you had sex, man, you just bust a. If you just ejaculate, you guaranteed if you're gonna be a little like grumpy. Ooh, you're gonna be like, what's up? You kind of sassy little guy. You feel me? Handshake weak as hell. You probably shouldn't even come outside. And that's usually how I go. Nigga has sex. That nigga going to sleep for about 13 hours. Because if we catch his ass, we know we don't even have to pick nothing up. We ain't even gotta reach for nothing. No bad. We could breathe on cuz, and he's gonna fall. See what I'm saying? So Shukra is the semen. It's all the refined fluids. You spill that, you ain't got no courage, man. Your performance at work suffers. Your performance in your just domestic life is gonna suffer. You feel me? The guy has some virility. A Krittika kind of shows its birth. It's like it's the head of man, the head of the cosmic man. When you come in to this world, you come in head first about the pussy hole. But even when when you on that tender dick ass shit, you going head first into the pussy hole. And then you ejaculate, the sperm come out, and then they go head first into the ovum. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, and then Krittika kind of shows the one that made it, the sperm cell that actually made it to the ovum. So this one is the leader. This one had the dedication to a path. This one knew it was not enough just to get in there. We got to get through there, So Sabian symbols, 29. Tuning into the sound. I just put 3 of them on there because you feel me? They round up. And then Taurus, of course. So tuning into the sound of the universe. All life is like a melody, and we need to learn how to hear it. Devotion and veneration as tools of power and beauty. We become more in harmony with life by becoming sensitive to the universal chord. Oh my gosh, I was just talking about the chord. We all have our part to play, and each essential part adds a little more grace to beautify the whole melody of life, which resonates throughout the universes, everywhere and always. As we act, we shape it a little, and as we listen, we shape it too. No back. Listen, I was thinking about this with music theory. I'm like, bro, if I don't resonate with a nigga, oh, bro, I don't want to be around them. And even if a person orchestrates something, bro, like we don't want to mix the brass with the string. Like, no, we have a string section, we got a brass section, we have a horn section. We got sections for these things. Not necessarily to say segregate, but Krittika is about separation. Like sometimes you gotta get away from somebody and kind of find where you focus and your niche is. What sound do you make? When you come out the pussy hole, you're attached to your mother through a cord. You dig what I'm saying? When you sleep, you still attached to your body through a cord. In music theory, we got chords, particular notes that sound together well. You gotta find your chord. Like in life, you gonna have to find your chord eventually. Like who do you resonate with? Like where y'all get together and it's just always a good sound. Oh, it sound good. Hey, what you up to? You wanna do this? Oh, it sound good. That's your chord. That's your chord. No bap. I get around a burger. That's not my chord. That creates dissonance. If they do anything, it creates dissonance. You throwing the rhythm off. You fucking up the pitch, which means the pitch gonna be all rhythm and pitch. I'm learning music theory is the same thing. So you either moving too fast, you going too slow, you just don't get it. You gotta go away. You need to get with your section. There's a burger section over there, and y'all make flappy noises. Go over there. Nothing wrong with that. When we need the burger sound, oh, it's gonna sound amazing coming from the burger section. But you over here, you feel me? No, it don't work. You feel me? Each pop, you know what I'm saying? Like, but shawty, find your chord. You not gonna fit in here. You don't even understand. Like you will have to go around the circle of fifths, I guess. You will have to make endless revolutions around that jump to try to find a super duper sharp or super duper flat way of being. And no, just be authentically you. You'll find your chord. The other Sabian symbol for Aries is feet on the ground, a duck pond and its brood. Feet on the ground. Worldly competence is a spiritual quality. Practicing worldly competence as a spiritual principle. Competence being like is all suffering and all sin steers from covetousness. Let me shut up. In Zen, the monk is taught that chopping wood and carrying water are suitable activities to demonstrate and practice the inherent spirituality of life. We need to pay the rent and feed the kids despite our higher state of cosmic awareness. Spiritual insights that cannot be brought into daily life are not wisdom teachings at all. Bingo. Venus and Jupiter are both the Brahmins. They represent learning. Jupiter is going to teach you things that's going to make you money. That's going to allow you to have resources and to be able to go after your dharma. You dig what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. I ain't going to say assure your dharma, but it helps. You dig what I'm saying? You got the resources to carry those things out and do your work. Venus is going to show you those things that's not seen outward. Those things that, inward wealth, inward knowledge, and realization of one's abilities and stuff like that. You dig what I'm saying? It has to balance itself out. Life just in general, it need balance. Balance. When you get that, you get some stability. Like, ooh, imagine that. A scale thing. You think a scale is wobbly. I'm thinking about the Libra scales, like some old weighty. Go to the grocery store, you put that down on the scale, it's kind of wobbly or whatever, but like once it balances out, it look firm as hell. But yeah, it's not enough to just be super duper spiritual and all of that. It's like, well, just simple things still gotta get done. You understand what I'm saying? Feet on the ground. All this new era of AI, it make you think Ghost in the Shell. You're gonna end up looking at some old pictures from like maybe early 1900s. How can you really tell? You're gonna be like, nah, I got an AI filter that does this. So I don't know. Feet on the ground. Got it. You're gonna have to just chop wood. The AI cool. AI cool, maybe. Maybe. I don't know how to feel about it. But you still gonna have to just chop wood and do something like tangible. Right? So Taurus 1. Boom. Authentic self-expression. Pure, innocent spontaneity as a way of life. This is a clear mountain stream. Krittika, Agni sun, was born on a mountain lake. You know what I'm saying? Hey. So moving out of the realm of potentiality, neurons have axons, AXON. These are action potentials. They go into the synapses, and then the synapses carry that information to the next synapse and stuff like that, right? So moving out of the realm of potentiality and into the world of form, right, we soon become an admixture of the very many expressions that impact upon us. Yet the very first condition is that of purity. We are what we are in essence and in innocence, nothing more than the distillation seed of what has gone before, right? So Agni son Krittika was born from his union with Swaha, but she had took different forms. She had took 6 different forms. Those 6 different forms is just like our 6 different sense organs. Those being the mind, sight, sound, smell, touch, hearing. You feel me? And the distillation seed of that is really just I guess you would say like the soul, but the soul is going to experience all of these conditions from the sense and all of the conditions from things that you resonate with and that things that strike a chord in you that you might listen to or that you might eat or that you might see or that you might like the texture of or the taste of. You feel me? Or you like imagining and thinking about with the mind. You feel me? But it's just impressions. You're not your thoughts. You're not really the experiences that you have. You feel me? It's just you a clear mountain stream. You coming, you're going, and you moving. You're moving through it. Like the ram get through it. Like clear mountain streams is gonna get through it, and running water purifies itself at the end. And again, like always gonna return to source. So that was beautiful. I fuck with that. 4 wands is the, hold on, 2 is the 10, 3 is the, 4 wands for Aries. Say new home, joy, happiness, contentment. Is that Venus on Aries? A new home, purchase of property, relationships becoming serious, feeling comforted, safe, and secure. Yeah, security. They got full show stability and stuff like that. It's a castle. It's lots of plants and stuff like that. Shows fertility and abundance. Right? And the negative, it could be introverted. Like if it was reversed, too attached to old things. Krittika is about letting go. So you can experience a positive if you just let go. If you feel too attached to anything, you should just cut it off. You know, you don't like meeting new people. It's because you yourself, you're not really shining, right? Power to give light. You're not shining, or the fuel that you use in the burn is bad. It's bad fuel, so you got a bad burn, and your fire ain't really ain't burning how it could burn, right? The Krittika does show that. Also, Krittika can show being burnt out as a result of people using you. So people slicing you or fueling you up with some, gassing you up. Like people gassing you up. And then kind of like, once you get burnt out, they don't even, it was just gas. It wasn't no heavy kind of fuel they was giving you. They was gas. It was fumes. They gassing you up off fumes, fueling you up off fumes. And then when you burnt out, that's when they leave. That's what Krittika show. You dig what I'm saying? If you think about who got more than Krittika, Future got more than Krittika. That's how it is. It's just like, oh, shawty, you a fine ass burger to me. And then motherfucker eat that burger, ball the wrapper up, and throw that joint away. You dig what I'm saying? This is part of the game, I guess. But that's what a motherfucker would tell you. Motherfucker that's gonna gas you up will tell you that. I ain't accusing nobody. I'm just to be talking about stars, themes. You dig what I'm saying? And then for Taurus, it's the 5 of Pentacles. So it's 5 pentacles up there, represent like, it looked like a flower. It looked like something growing. Then it's another, is that next one upside down? Feel me? So they say poverty, sickness, disease, loss, lack of resources, love, right? He got crutches, bum legs. She has ragged, torn clothes. They moving together though and stuff like that. He looking up, she's looking down. He might be looking at that like, hey, look. I know it's cold. It might seem a little like desolate out here and stuff like that, but if we pay attention to the omens and stuff like that, hey, we actually got something growing and going. You feel me? Because a motherfucker that's stuck in that zone out there with you at night and stuff like that, and they also might be fucked up, but I don't even know, because maybe she or he don't got to be in that position. Whatever it could be. But it's like, hey, they mobbing. I don't know how to put that. It's and right here it say loyal friendships, fulfilling sex life. I guess that's what Taurus do. Happiness in the affairs of the heart. It kind of show. Hold on. It kind of shows like going away from material things. Like maybe not being. Maybe they leaving this spot and he looking like, damn. I guess it wasn't as sweet as it was supposed to. You feel me? But they might be moving away from material things and getting towards something else, because 6 of Pentacles is the next one, and it shows charity. It shows being able to lend a hand and help the growth of something else. It also shows nostalgia. Indeed. Disaster in business, poverty, bankruptcy. Yeah, disaster in business or financial devastation. I would say that just Saturn retrograde. Just wait. And then even when you wait, not to say make a new plan, but yeah. You feel me? Whatever you got delayed and didn't go through, I don't necessarily know if that would be the thing that, all right, well, let's try now. That might be the case. In other instances, if you feel like delays or something like that, you might need to just wait it out. And that probably be what that is. But going forward, I probably wouldn't rush. You feel me? You can't rush if you got crutches. You really got to take your time. You feel me? Or this might show a state where a person is coming out of lack and not having, or maybe having a poverty mindset, somebody coming out of that and they just realize, oh, okay, well, you know, my crutches, it could be just I don't know, some inauthenticity. We're talking about this part of Taurus Sabian symbol is authentic expression. So it's like, man, got them crutches on. It show worry. This is the card of worry. So being worried, but if you stop worrying, you'll realize like, oh yeah, we cool. You know? I believe that's it. That's it. I'm in a little far. Yeah.